Indians. Nope, going to come up about a yard or so short. Gain of about 4 and a second and a short one. Third down, and I got screwed up on the scoreboard there. Third down and 1 for the Indians. The ball at the FCW
29?
28? Yeah, 29. Scoreboard says 23, but it is the 29-yard line.
Right? It is. Yeah, it is.
8 minutes to play. Empty set again. Trips double receivers to the far side. Single receiver here to the near side. Ward going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to break out of one tackle. Won't get out of the second. And that's going to force a fourth down and a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play. Let's see, 13. Jackson Torres and Simons on the stop for FCW. And it is going to bring up a loss of a couple on 4th down and 3. Clock down to 7:25 to play here in the opening quarter.
Big play defensively for Flanagan here as they have a chance to get Pawnee off the field on a 4th and medium play here. But you're in a spot, you can't kick a field goal.
Nope.
Punt really doesn't do you a whole lot of good. So this is not a surprise that they're going forward on 4th down at the 31-ish yard line.
Going to send the receiver in motion. Fake the handoff. Adamaco's going to get the carry, and he's not going to get anywhere as he's brought down at the line of scrimmage.
I think he lost a yard too.
Oliver Weber, 67 on the stop for FCW.
He actually lost 2 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a loss than I thought there on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10. Turnover on downs to FCW. Clock stopped with 6:55 to play here in our first quarter.
So we are recording the game tonight, folks. If we continue to have broadcasting problems, we will post it.
Falcons going to come out I formation. Durbin and Ruddy in the backfield. Simon takes snap, handoff, lead back. That is Durbin, number 7. And that's going to be a minimal gain. Well, they're going to give more than I initially thought. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 8. 6:40 to play here in our first quarter.
So hang with us, folks. We'll continue to work on the internet as we go through the evening if we continue to have problems, but we will have the game in its entirety. What number is Durbin?
He is number 7. Empty set, shotgun formation, trips to the near side. Going to be direct snap to Simon. He's got the edge, and he's got a first down out towards midfield, brought down by number 2, Hudson Wart, and number 19, Jason Kowski.
It's going to be 14 or 15 and a first down. Looks like they're going to call it 14.
Short of the, just short of the 50.
20 yards on 2 carries for Simons.
A nice little different set there by Coach Reed. Had the empty set out the receivers. You thought maybe a pass, and they used the receivers to do a good job blocking downfield. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 49-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to play. I set. Simon. Handoff to Ruddy, and he's met with a big hit at the line of scrimmage. Number 5, Jaden Adamaco on the stop. I'll call maybe a gain of a half yard. We'll give him 1 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 9. 5:30 to play here in the opening quarter. No score between the Indians and the Falcons. And we're going to come out with that same trips, this time to the far side. Empty set, Simon Malone. Falcon in the backfield. Direct snap, same play, opposite side. And Pawnee doing a good job on this one as it's a gain of a couple on the play. Colin Chevalier on the stop, number 35, a gain of 2. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Ball at the Indian 47-yard line. 4:45 to play here in our first quarter. Again, no score. Thanks for tuning in. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Play clock down to 5. And Falcons quickly to the line of scrimmage. They're not going to get it off. Coach Reed going to be forced to take a timeout here with 4:23 to play in the first quarter.
Tim Gould Farms in Henry County. He trusts Illinois Farm Bureau to have his back, and so can you.
Farm Bureau has a very large impact on local communities and on the state level. There's different avenues of communication, such as Farm Week, Ag Safety, Ag in the Classroom, scholarship programs. Between an off-the-farm job, the farm, and family, my life without Farm Bureau would feel as though I'm on my own.
The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage. Impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
Back here at Pawnee High School, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Big third down for the Falcons coming up at the Indian 47-yard line. 4:23 to play here in the first quarter. Empty set. Simon's going to, nope, that's a direct snap to Ruddy. He's got a man open just under through the intended receiver, Grant Wisson, number 8. Lucas on the coverage on the pass play for the Indians. That'll stop the clock with 4:18 to play. 4th and 7 for FCW. And we're going to see a punt. It looks like that is going to be the case. Some confusion by the Falcons. Play clock down to 10. Good snap. Bobbled snap. Gets the kick off quickly, kind of sideways, bouncing off the right side of the foot. It's going to be down at the Pawnee 21 by number 7, Leland Durbin. And that's where the Indians will start their second possession of the contest. 4:11 to play here in the opening quarter play, no score. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians. Their second possession of the contest as they made some good strides into FCW territory, but were stopped on downs on the first series of plays. Again, 4:11 to play here in the first. Going to see a shotgun set. Adamako, the lone setback. Caden Ward, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man open. Caught, number 4. And he's got it inside FCW territory down to near the 36. Logan Ruddy on the stop. "44 yards on the pass play from Ward to Lucas Sees. And a 1st and 10 for the Pawnee Indians, down about where they were before at the FCW 36-yard line. Again, empty or shotgun set. Lone setback is Adabako. 2 receivers near side. Wart going to send number 3 in motion. That's a pitch, Dakota Coyne. And he's going to have another Pawnee first down. Knocked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Gain of about 12 on the play. 1st and 10. Scoreboard says 17, but I think it's about the 24-yard line. Flanagan showing a blitz. Wart's going to roll out, look to throw. He's got a man open. Caught. Touchdown. A Griggles Pawnee Indian touchdown. 3:13 to play in the first. 6-0 in favor of the Indians. Dakota Coyne on the reception for the Indian touchdown. The score coming with 3:13 to play in the first quarter. Get the PAT attempt, it looks like. Number 40, Carson Contreras, snap down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 3:13 to play in the first. 7-0 in favor of the Pawnee Indians. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My philosophy in pediatrics is definitely prevention, early intervention, and advocacy. Being an advocate for my patients is one of the main reasons why I got into pediatrics in the first place. I like working close with families and being able to empower moms, especially first-time moms, or empower any caregiver. MDH Peds gives that family-centered care. My name is Leilani Segura, and I am a pediatrician at McDonough Districts Hospital.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 7-0 in favor of the Indians. As we'll see, number 40 kicking it away. Carson Contreras to kick it away. Ruddy and Durbin back deep for FCW. High end overhand kick going to be fielded by Durbin at about the 5, across the 10, 15, 20 near side. Gets it across the 25, just short of the 30-yard line. Brought down on the play by number 7, Owen Brown, amongst others there on the stop. So 1st and 10 for the Indians, or for the Falcons, at their own 29-yard line, 28-yard line, we'll call it. 3:07 to play in our first quarter. I set. Simon's going to hand off to the second back. That's Ruddy. He's got it across the 30 out to about the 31, 32-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 3 on the play. Hudson Warts and Jaden Hanamako on the stop for the Indians. Clock under 2:50 to play here in a quickly played quarter. 2:45 and counting. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the FCW Falcons at their own 32-yard line. Empty set, trips to the far side. Simon's going to take it and run that way behind those receivers, and he's going to be tripped up, and a loss of a couple on the play. Simon's on the carry. 35, Colin Chevalier on the stop. Apologize for that on the name there. So it's a loss of a couple on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 at the FCW 32-yard line. Empty set, trips to the near side. Simon going to look to throw. He's got some pressure. Hits the underman on the route to the near side. Number 24 with a catch. Jack Falot, and the stop. And it's going to be a gain of 6 and about a 4th down and 1. I said. Simon, quarterback keeper, and he'll have the 1st down and a little more across the 40 to about the 41-yard line, a gain of 3. They needed 1, got 3. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Pawnee 42-yard line, as we're down to just about a minute to play here in the opening half. Clock down to 55 seconds to play. Play clock at 15. Falcons going to split the huddles. I set. Single receivers to both sides. 1st and 10. Simon, hand off to the second back. That's Durbin. And he's going to have a nice gain across the 45 as the flag comes in late. We'll wait and see what the officials say. Clock stopped with 28.7 to play. And it's going to go back on the Falcons, a hold on FCW. And that's going to make it a spot foul. First and called about 1st and 14. Play clock and the game clock, just about a second difference as we're down to 15 seconds to play. Falcons will have to take one play. As like I said, there's about a second differential in the play and game clock. I set single receivers to both sides. Pitch to Durbin. He's going to come near side. He hurdles one man at the 50 and runs out of bounds. Hurdled number 19, Jace Jankowski. And he's going to have a gain of almost the 14 yards, called a gain of 13. And we'll start the second quarter with a first or second and about 1. And we'll step back, and we'll be back with you here in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 7-0 in favor of the Indians. Chris Rankhauser here with you. Dwayne Hulett, Adam Hulett on camera duties this evening as well. Second and less than a yard for FCWs. Will switch sides. The Falcons will go south to north, right to left on your screen as they break the huddle. Oh, no, my apologies. That wasn't up for a first down. 1st and 10, I set single receivers to both sides. Simon bobbles the snap, and he'll pick it up. He's going to lose about 2 or 3 on the play. Hudson Wart on the stop for the Indians. Going to be a loss of 2 and move the ball back beyond midfield to the FCW 49-yard line. 11:25 to play here in the first half. Play clock down to 8. I set single receivers to both sides. Simon under center. Looks to drop back. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man out here, and that's Ruddy. And Ruddy's going to have it close to the 40-yard line in Pawnee territory. Number 6. Yeah, number 2, they're 12. They're saying, nope, number 2, Hudson Wart. My apologies on the stop. That's going to be a gain of about 11. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and a short 3. I set single receivers again, both sides. Hand off to Durbin. He's got some room far side. He's across the 35, down inside the 30 to the 28. Lucas Size on the stop. And up for a first down, a gain of 13. And another FCW first down. Clock's continuing to tick down. 10 minutes to play here in the first half. I set single receivers again to both sides. Simon Looks to throw. Has got a man open. Caught. Touchdown. There are some penalty flags on the play, but the catch is good by Logan Ruddy in the end zone. We'll wait to see what the flags are for. And still waiting the official call on penalty flags, 2 of them from the far side. Touchdown is good as it was on Pawnee. Logan Ruddy with the touchdown catch. 24 yards on the play. 7-6 in favor of the Indians. And we're going to see FCW go for 2. Going to send empty set. Going to send Simon in motion. Durbin. Simon's going to take it, and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. With 9:48 to play, it's now a 8-7 lead for FCW. 9:48 to play here in the first half. We'll be back here in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
There's so many advantages and opportunities within Illinois Farm Bureau to work on yourself, on your business, and the agriculture industry as a whole.
That's why Douglas County farmer McKenna France is all in on the Illinois Farm Bureau. We invest in the people who make agriculture thrive. The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage: impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 8-7 in favor of the FCW Falcons. The 2-point conversion was good, and the touchdown pass was Simons to Ruddy. There's going to be a penalty assessed on the kickoff. So Simon to Ruddy. 24 yards, 8-7 our score. Logan Ruddy to kick it off. High end over and kick fielded at about the 4. Near side with it. Got some room. He's maybe gone. He is going to go 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. A reckless touchdown for the Indians. Number 3, Dakota Coyne. 96 yards unofficial on the kickoff. And they're going to say 95 yards officially. And just like that, Pawnee back on top, 13-8. .95 yards on the kick return. The PAT penalty flag on the play. Offsides. And they're going to retry the kick again. Nope, they're going to go for 2 this time. Shift around and a false start on the Falcons again. False start this time on the Indians. So we're going to see our PAT attempt, I believe, again. As we see number 40, Carson Contreras, the senior, back into the ball game for the Indians. He'll kick the attempt the PAT. 9:34 to play. Good snap. Kick is down, and the kick is good. 9:34 to play here in the first half. Pawnee on top by a score of 14-8. Thanks for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. .934 to play. Pawnee 14, FCW 8. As we'll see Ruddy and Durbin drop back deep for FCW. Carson Contreras to kick it away, number 40, the senior.
Number 40, Carson Contreras to kick for the Indians. Back to receive number 12, Logan Ruddy, and number 7, Leland Durbin for the Falcons.
9:34 play again here in our first half. 14-8 in favor of Pawnee. All set on the tee. Contreras is ready, and he will approach the ball. And nice high and over end kick's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 FCW after the touchback, trailing by 6. 9:34 to play here again in our opening half. Ball at the FCW 20-yard line. Falcons going to come out. Single back, set, shotgun. Durbin, the lone setback. Going to send 2 receivers out far side. Going to send Ruddy in motion. Going to be a handoff to the motion man. Ruddy across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Knocked out of bounds there by number 19. Going to be a gain of 20. Jay Stankowski on the stop, number 19. That'll be 1st and 10, a gain of 20 for Logan Ruddy, and a FCW first down. I set. Simon's under center. No receivers in this set, just straight up I formation. Handoff, lead back. And that's going to be a nice push of about 5 yards. Durbin on the carry, number 7. He will have 5. Owen Brown, number 7, on the stop for the Indians. Down under 9 minutes to play, 8:57 to play. Clock rolling now. Actually going to give Durbin a gain of 6 on the play. I set, handoff again, Durbin. And he's going to be out close to the first down, I think about a yard or so short. Hudson Wart on the stop. Third down and 1. Ball just short of midfield at the FCW 49-yard line. 8:05 to play here in the first half. I set, single receiver to both sides. Simon, handoff, second back. That's Durbin again. He's going to lower the shoulder and get the first down. And out to the Pawnee 45-yard line. Lucas Size and Hudson Wart on the stop for the Indians. 7:35 to play here in the first half. 14-8 in favor of the Indians. I set. Single receivers to both sides. Simon is going to look to throw. He's got some pressure. Gets out of away from one man, and he's going to have a nice gain of about 7 or 8 as one of the coaches on the far side takes a hard tumble. Jaden Adamako on the stop. Simon's going to pick up 7. As clock stopped momentarily as he did run out of bounds. 7:07 to play. 2nd and 2. Call it a long, short 3, I guess. 2nd and 3 from the Pawnee 37-yard line. Now come I set. No receivers in the set pitch. Durbin again. And he'll have enough for another first down. Jaden Adamako on the stop. And Hudson Wart, number 2. High set again for the Falcons. Single receivers, both sides. Simon's going to look to throws. Got a man open down the far side. Going to be tipped around and nearly caught and then intercepted. I believe that was Hudson or Logan Ruddy down there. I believe it was. It was number 12 for FCW. And we've got a shaken up Indian player for a timeout. 6:24 to play here in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Getting 14-8 in favor of Pawnee. Clock stop, 6:24 to play here in the first half. A nice hand for the shaken up Pawnee Indian player. At 72, I believe, Carter Webb coming up off on his own power. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Off the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the Indian 33. 6:24 to play here in the first half. Again, single receivers to both sides. I formation. Simon under center. Fake delayed handoff to Durbin, and he's inside the 30 and still going inside the 20 before being tripped up. A late penalty flag, a whole bunch of penalty flags coming in late as Durbin well out of bounds on the far side and some late contact by Pawnee. Personal foul. It's not working. We're having all sorts of internet problems.
Okay, so it'll be first down, 15 yards back, and it'll be first down from there. First and 10 from there.
All right, so with the penalty mark-offs and such, it'll be first and at 10 after the play, personal foul on FCW. And it'll be at the Indian 30-yard line. I set, single receivers to both sides. Simon, pitch, Durbin. And he's going to get it across the 25, it looks like. Hudson Wart on the stop. From the 30 to the 23. Call it second and 3. .540 to play here, first half. I set. Handoff. Durbin, he's bouncing off people near side and going to be brought down by a host of Pawnee Indians. He's going to have enough for another first down. Carson Green, 74 on the stop. Going to take it from the 23 to the 11. Gain of 12 on the play. Clock under 5 minutes to play. I set. No receiver set. Going to be pitched this time to Ruddy. Ruddy's going to follow some of those lead blockers, and he's got a nice gain. Is he in? Yep, he is in. Touchdown on the official from the far side. 4:47 to play. 12-yard run for number 12, Logan Ruddy. And we're tied at 14. 4:47 to play in the first half.
Logan Ruddy on the carry. Good for it. Falcons touchdown.
Tied at 14. 2-point conversion on the way for FCW. I set again. Simon. Fake the handoff to Ruddy, and a little pass caught back of the end zone. Number 24 on the catch. Jack Vallot, a junior, and the 2-point conversion is good. 4:47 to play here in the first half. 16-14 in favor of FCW. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 16-14 in favor of FCW. Ruddy on the 12-yard touchdown run to match his jersey number. And the 2-point conversion pass was good. 7, Leland Durbin to kick it away. Number 7 with the approach for the Falcons. Going to be a line drive kick. Picked up on the run at about the 16-yard line. Tiptoeing near side, and he'll have it out across the 40-yard line. Number 3, Dakota Coyne, going to be brought down at the Pawnee 39-yard line. 4:47 to play here in the first half.
Well, maybe we have the internet working now. We'll find out.
Would you popsicle sticks and duct tape?
Yeah, and a little baling wire.
So good first half here thus far. 16-14 in favor of FCW. Pawnee with it. Single receivers both sides. Shotgun formation. Handoff. Adamako. And he's got it out across the 40 to the 45.
Gain of 6.
And getting up slowly is Leland Durbin for FCW. And we're going to get an injury timeout as he's having some trouble getting to the far sideline. That'll be a huge loss for FCW.
I think it's a cramp.
Yeah, it does look like a cramp now. Yep, they're working on the calf area.
Hopefully. Well, they went to the ankle. Oh, there it is.
There's the stretch.
There's the stretch.
There's the cramp stretch.
Yeah, hopefully that's all it is for Durbin. He's had a whale of a game so far.
He has 4:25 to play here in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Pawnee at their own 45-yard line.
And for the record, I have no idea why the internet wasn't working. Zero. No clue.
Yeah, we've had no problems down here in the past couple of years, but we'll keep our fingers, hopefully, like you said, that baling wire, duct tape, and popsicle sticks will hold together to get through the rest of the broadcast.
Durbin is walking off under his own power there, so hopefully
he'll just have to miss a couple plays.
Yeah, get stretched out, take a little extra water. You know, the thing is, it's cool tonight, but, you know, I've been running around and I'm sweating like crazy, so you can imagine what those guys down there are doing. You still have to take hydration, right? And sometimes when it's cool, you forget about that. It's kind of like swimming. When you're swimming, you still need to hydrate even though you're in the water.
Right. Snap. Quarterback keeper. That's Wart.
Big play in the backfield right there. Is that Simons?
It was. Number 23.
I guess it wasn't in the backfield. He had got a couple yard gain, but, man, that was a big play. That could have been a way bigger play if Simons hadn't got a – Am I missing something? Okay.
I was going to say they moved the down marker backwards. I'm like, no, it didn't go. So
I was like, did I see the wrong player there? Or what was
So it is a gain of a couple on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and a short 2 for Pawnee. Clock down under 3:45 to play. 3:40 and counting.
Our friends at the I8FA Spotlight on I8FA football are going to love this game because they always talk about the 2-point conversion compared to the PAT.
Yes.
And that is the difference in this game, 1 2-point conversion.
Adamako with a big hole. It closed up pretty quick. He's going to have enough for a first down out to the –
Now he's slow getting up.
He's going to – slow, as you said, Ruddy on the stop after a gain of a couple to the 45.
I'm going to give him 3 and a first down.
He's up on his own, but that definitely looks like a cramp issue for Jordan Adamako.
Yeah, the way he's doing the shuffle to get off, that kind of tells you it's hopefully it's just a cramp and not a actual ankle injury or something.
Nose of the football right at midfield. 3:10 and counting here in the opening half of play.
Durbin is back out there, but he is gingerly walking on that foot.
Wart going to look to throws. Got a man open. Catch made and out of the initial tackle by number 19. Chase Jankowski on the catch. Stop made by number 8, Grant Wisson.
14-yard completion.
And we're under 3 to play, 2:45 and counting. Indians going to go empty set, 2 receivers to both sides. We're going to look to throw, pass caught and then dropped. Good pass and right on the sideline.
Trying to do a little tightrope action there and wasn't able to catch the ball and stay in bounds.
Number 3, the intended receiver, Dakota Coyne. Coverage by number 13, Jackson Torres for FCW.
Did you write down the scoring place? Look at you go, because I forgot. I'm glad you did it.
Hey, I'm used to doing the whole thing by myself.
Well, but I had the sheet on the first one, and I forgot to write it down. I just now thought of that.
Nope, I got her. We're all up to date. 2:27 to play on the game clock on the incompletion. And an empty set. Wart's going to look to throw. Pass is caught by
it's the second
Jason
pass in a row to
Jankowski.
him, or second completion in a row.
Coverage again by number 8, Grant Wisson. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Indians. Clock down now under 2 minutes. Play 16-14 in favor of FCW.
Well, this is the last drive of the half if you're Pawnee, right? You
You
want
would
to
think.
score, but you don't want to give up. I mean, you don't want to give them the ball back.
Fake the pitch out of Michael on a big hole, and that might be a touchdown. 10-5. Nope. Did he dive?
Nope, he stepped on the
I was
sideline.
going to say he hit the pylon, but steps out of bounds at about the 3. Caden Warren, everybody in the town of Pawnee thought that ball was going to Automaco. A nice little fake. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Indians. Clock stopped at 1:41 to play at the FCW 3-yard line.
52 yards on 5 carries for Ward, and that was a great, almost a quarterback counter.
Yeah.
I mean, for all intents and purposes. And he faked the pitch and then went the opposite direction away from the pulling lineman.
Pawnee trying to do some shifting around, and we're going to get a false start on the offense.
You can shift as many players as you want, but you can't shift forward.
Right.
If one of them goes forward, it's a bad
Right.
deal. And that's kind of what happened right there,
That's,
I think.
the second penalty for that on Pawnee here in the first half.
That's what I think they're explaining is I thought that the left guard / tackle, the last lineman, actually kind of leaned forward before he backed up to move.
Right.
I think that's what they're talking to Ward about. Saw the white hat having a nice conversation with the quarterback there.
And that's going to move it back 5 yards. So 1st and goal from the 8.
That's a big penalty, especially if you're FCW, a little breathing room and still making a little conversation here. There's the move we were talking about.
Shotgun set.
And a counter again.
And
a pitch.
And a pitch and catch. Number 20. Kaysen Dunham.
Wait a second there. So there was motion back across, a handoff, a pitch back to Ward, and a throw from Ward.
Ward to Dunham. Kaysen Dunham.
We'll see what they haven't moved the down stick yet, and
there's a flag on the field again.
See if we can find the white hat and see what they're going to call here. Illegal downfield would be my guess.
That is the call. Good call.
Yeah, too long. That play took a long time to develop, and it's an illegal player downfield. Should be a 5-yard penalty, which would make it 1st and goal from the 13, I do believe, if my basic fives and math would add up.
Right, but they've got the ball at just short of the 10-yard line.
Huh.
Okay, so empty set. 2 receivers far side, single receiver near side. Ward takes a snap. He's going to look the throw. Caught back of the end zone. Touchdown, Pawnee. Ward to
number 16, I think.
I think that's who that was.
I'm going to ask inside as we got a touchdown nonetheless.
So we're going to get the PAT attempt by Contreras, 20-16, 1:29 to play in the first half. Good snap, kick down, kick is on the way, and it is good. So with 1:29 to play in the first half, 21-16 in favor of the Indians. We'll be back here in just a second. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 21-16 in favor of the Indians. Contreras to kick it away. Ruddy and Durbin back deep for FCW. Gavin Greer on that touchdown catch for Pawnee. Contreras high end over end kick. Gonna hit at the 2 and bound into the end zone. Touchdown back for the Falcons. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 1:29 to play in the first half and 2 timeouts for the FCW Falcons. So it'll be 1st and 10 for FCW. Again, ball at their own 20-yard line, trailing by 5, 21-16. Play clock at 12. I set. Single receivers both sides. Simon under center. It'll be a pitch, and they're going to look to throw. Durbin has got a man open, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 8, Grant Wisson. Grant on the incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock with 1:22 to play. 2nd and 10 for FCW at their own 20-yard line.
Might have just heard somebody in the crowd yell, turnover time.
We'll see.
1:22 left here in the first half.
Going to send 3 receivers to the far side. Simon's going to look to throw. Just throws it down. There it was. Somebody is a prognosticator in the crowd as it's intercepted. Pass intended for Wisson.
And it might be a marker behind the play. We'll see what the flag is here.
There's a flag.
No, holding. So it's going to be declined.
And the interception by number 6, I believe. Torsten Ostelina, I believe. Number 6, I believe, was the one on the pick for the Indians. And that could be a big tide turner here in this first half as Pawnee just scoring.
Well, the thing is, Pawnee just scored to take the lead. They get the ball back with 1:15, and they get the ball
in the second half.
That's right.
You're
so
right.
There's a whole lot of Pawnee favorables going on right here with this little drive. And plus territory at the 49-yard line to start this with 1:15 remaining.
And all 3 of their timeouts remaining as well. Shotgun set. Ward, little screen pass out here to the near side. Going to pick up about 2 or 3. Jake Stankowski, 7. Durbin on the stop.
It was actually number 8,
okay.
I think. Wilson?
Wisson.
Wisson, yep. Grant
Wisson and
Wisson.
Durbin.
That was a great job to fight off the receiver and make the tackle for a short gain there.
Going to go 2 receivers stacked as Ward's going to look to throw. Short hop the intended receiver. Jankowski.
He rushed that a little bit. He was under pressure, had to get rid of it, and just threw it a little short.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7. Clock stop with 3rd down at 7. My apologies. 44.6 seconds to play here in the opening half of play.
100 yards receiving unofficially for Ward here in the first half. Did I say receiving?
Yes,
I meant passing.
Yes.
Know what I mean, not what I said.
Yes, exactly. All right, shotgun set. Single receivers both sides. Jordan Adamaco, the running back, going to fake the handoff to him. Ward's going to look to throw.
Oh, he's got a guy open.
And just overthrew the intended receiver. Had a couple steps on number 1 on the coverage, Cole Bradbury. Going to be a 4th and 7.
I think you have to punt here, don't you?
Clock with 39.1 to go.
And I say that because you don't want the chance to give Flanagan the ball back with 30 seconds left and a chance to make something happen, right?
Let's see what they're going to go for it. I was going to say, I don't see Contreras out there. The punter is right down in front of us, number 40.
Man, Coach showing some kahunas here.
2 receivers both sides. Going to be, fake the pump fake. He's going to get rid of it, and it's going to be incomplete as we got a player shaken up again. This one for Pawnee.
That's a senior thing to do, though. He ran as long as he could run to waste as much time as he could waste, knowing the play was no longer available to him. And then when he got out to where he thought, man, I got to get rid of it, he just lofted it out of bounds downfield in the direction of a player.
And that'll stop the clock, and with 32 seconds to play, force a 1st and 10 on turnover on downs to FCW at their own 47-yard line.
One of the linemen down for Pawnee, I do believe, which is, I think, part of the reason why the screen wasn't there.
Yeah.
It kind of got blown up, and then when he went down, it kind of caused a pile, and Ward, being smart, didn't throw it into the group for something bad to happen. Just throws it away, but Flanagan will have it. 1st and 10 at their own about 46-yard line with 32 seconds left. Now the next thing is going to get some help off the field. I still can't see the number.
69.
You can go ahead and show him coming off.
Brian Barrier.
Getting some help from the staff and the players. It is number 69. Hopefully, looks like he's got a brace on that right knee already. But he got off. He got off the field. He's working. He's moving a little better once he got to the sideline. So hopefully, Coach Tolley there talking to him. Hopefully he's get a break at halftime and come back and be okay. Now, what do you do if you're Flanagan? Here, Chris, do you go for it again?
I think you need to. You got 2 timeouts remaining. I set single receivers to both sides. They've had some good luck through the air, and I don't know, Simon got that off. Wow. Durbin with the catch on the far side. That was Adamaco, I believe, was right in his grill as he dumped that pass off to Durbin.
A 9-yard gain.
What looked like that could have been a big loss is a gain of 9. Clock winds all the way down to 12.9 seconds play. Flanagan going to take their 2nd timeout of the half, 21-16 in favor of the Indians.
Well, I think that there may be a conversation here. I thought he was out of bounds.
Well, that's what I thought.
I think Flanagan probably thought he was out of bounds, and the clock should have stopped. Well, no, I gave him 9. That's a pretty generous 9 there, isn't it?
No, I think it's 9.
You think it's 9?
Yeah, I think it's 9.
Okay.
It's a long one.
It's 12.9 seconds left.
That we
I
know.
that.
We do know that.
I'm sure of that as we continue here through this first half.
Said lots of action coming up tomorrow. 7 games on the slate in the I8FA playoffs, round 1.
We'll actually have 4 of them ourselves, I think. Yeah, 4. And then Milledgeville's game will be on Milledgeville's channel for their school. So you'll be able to watch the Milledgeville game as well. We'll tell you about what we have coming.
Empty set. Simon, 3 receivers to the far side, is going to step up in the pocket. He's hit as he tried to throw it.
Ball's out.
Ball's loose. Mad scramble, still scramble on the ground. Clock running down, under 8 seconds to play.
I'm pretty sure.
FCW on that. Incomplete pass.
Oh, they called it incomplete.
I wasn't sure if he was back across the line of scrimmage or not. He was close.
I think that the clock operator actually saw that initially and stopped the clock, and then they didn't blow the whistle, so he started it back up. I think the clock operator was all over that incomplete pass, to be honest with you.
So you got time for maybe 2 plays here?
Yeah,
2 quick plays?
Probably 1 by the time if it's incomplete, you might get lucky, but you really need 1 because you can't afford an incompletion hardly from this spot. Does that make any sense?
Single receivers to both sides. I set 3rd and 1. Simon's going to look to throw. It's going to be a 1 play as a pass, and Ruddy down there had to play defensive back on the play as the pass falls incomplete with 0.8 of a second to play.
So they will have another opportunity here as we are having internet issues again.
There's a penalty flag at the 44. Because we've got officials back here on the Pawnee side, or the Pawnee side of the 50-yard line, having a discussion. Personal foul on the Indians.
So they would have got another play. Sorry about that. Turn myself down. They would have gotten another play had either way. So it'll be a first down. And the thing about that is this makes this going for the end zone kind of play a whole lot easier.
A heck of a lot easier.
Flanagan.
You're going to pick up 15 yards in the spot from the line of scrimmage. And that's going to move it down to the 30.
Again, folks, I apologize for the internet issues. Still have not figured out why we're having them, but internet keeps going in and out on us.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Nose the football right at the Indian 30-yard line, 0.8 of a second to play. 5-point Pawnee lead.
For all intents and purposes, Chris, it's 1st and goal at the 30,
Pretty much,
right?
yeah. And you see your Pawnee's already got a couple of guys back deep.
This is hey, Adam, if we can get you to turn the camera and show all those guys back there deep. All the way back there. You can see the defense, and a timeout's going to be called. But you can see that's the 8-man version of prevent defense right there.
The Falcons going to take their final timeout of the half here with 0.8 of a second to play. As you said, it will be Pawnee football to start the second half.
So Pawnee, this one more play, they got to get off the field. Flanagan has not had a ton of success, obviously, stopping Pawnee. So I think there's 1 turnover and downs maybe on the first series, right? And
yes.
That's it. Everything else has been, in fact, both teams, except for the interception, both teams have scored on every possession outside of their first one, right?
Right.
So, you look at that, and that turnover didn't actually end up hurting Flanagan.
No, it did not.
But this is where the second half possession is big as Adam zooms out a little bit.
So it'll be 1st and 10, and we've got a penalty flag again.
Too many men?
Or yep, that's going to be on FCW.
False start.
False start. Move it back to the 35. It's probably the longest 0.8 of a second in a game we've had in a long, long time. Empty set. 2 receivers to both sides. Simon's going to look to throw as he's hit. And the ball nearly intercepted. Adamako on the hit on Simon. And that will bring an end to the opening half of play. 21-16 in favor of the Indians. It will be Pawnee football to start half number 2.
So exciting first half. Got 3 touchdowns with extra points, PATs. You got 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions, and it's a less than a touchdown difference now.
Well, like we said earlier, those 2-point conversions are so key. It seems like not in just an 8-man football, but 11-man as well. FCW gets a score or a touchdown, they're up by 1 because of the 2-point conversions.
Yeah, Patrick McPherson's a big fan of the 2-point conversion.
He is.
And the spotlight on I8FA football. Those guys and Joe Murdian and crew, they do a great job.
Yes,
and they talk on a regular basis in these close games. And if you listen to those guys and then you start looking, a 2-point conversion, you only have to get it half the time.
Yep. Yeah.
And if you get it 3/4 of the time, you're going to beat the team that does the PAT.
Well, I look back at a game I did earlier this year with Peoria Heights and Bushnell at Slugfest. It ended up 64-62. It's because BPC got a couple more 2-point conversions in that contest.
Yep, 2-point conversions are huge. PATs, if you're going to kick PATs, you have to make them.
Yep.
That's the thing, right?
Yes.
You have to make the PATs. And the 2-point conversions you can kind of slide by on occasionally and not make those because you can get, you have a chance to get back in the game a little bit with one the next time. But we'll see how the rest of this contest goes. Second half, do have a special dance for the cheerleaders between the third and fourth quarter, so we'll try to show that here this evening. And then we missed with all the commotion going on between the first and second quarters, and you might have talked about it a little bit, Chris, but the Ward becoming the all-time passing leader is completions in I8FA. So been a
good career for that
day.
young man.
Yeah, been a great career for him, been a big day here, and we are continuing to have internet issues, and I apologize. So they are all over the place tonight, and I wish I had some way to tell you why, but I don't know what the deal is. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back with some stats here and prepare for the second half from Pawnee High School. It's the opening round and opening game of the 2025 I8FA playoffs here in Pawnee, Illinois. It's Pawnee 21. Flanagan-Cornell Woodland 16 at the half. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion,
Bill Murdoch,
another employee at MDH. And
yes.
Why don't you tell everybody what your job is here
Probably,
at MDH?
unfortunately, for you.
I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year. I said, man, you're way up the ladder. You're a high-end employee for me to be talking to. And you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yes.
Private suite.
Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the chief
What
financial officer.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
Everything I hear is
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center.
What was your mindset when you stepped into that role, and what do you see MDH doing here?
Well, I've never had aspirations.
It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important.
Time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH. Very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're home too.
Try to. That's a little different. You know, you're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken a job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well, and I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time and having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that,
okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. And welcome back. I'm here with Emily Alden now. And Emily, patient advocate, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds like a title that encompasses a whole lot. Let's first put it in simple words if you can, and then we'll kind of go in depth with it a little bit.
Yes, as the patient advocate, there is a lot to do in the role, but it's a fantastic opportunity. So generally speaking, I will help patients. I will talk about the service that they have here and just in general measure the patient experience for the entire organization.
Well, speaking of knowing the entire organization, kind of the theme has been everybody knows everybody at MDH because you're a smaller rural hospital, even though MDH offers a lot. You literally have to probably know everybody or most everybody because you need to know what each thing's going to happen if that patient's dealing with it.
Yes, that's very true. When I first stepped into the role about a year ago, it was really an interesting and fantastic opportunity to get to know all of the departments, how they work together and individually, and just to see the well-oiled machine.
Well, patient care, obviously, at a hospital is key. You're a key part of that. What is it about patient care at MDH that makes MDH special?
Service excellence internally to provide the best patient care is top of mind here for all of our staff across every single level, every single department, and the organization as a whole. It's a big focus. So we make sure that we take care of our patients, and that way they have the best experience possible. We're very open to feedback. We always want to improve in areas that we can improve. So we always have open ears. We always appreciate the feedback that we receive.
You are working with all departments. And when a patient comes in, let's say they come into the ER, and then they come to ICU, and then they go to the floor, your job kind of is to let the patients know what you can do, right, or what you offer, or what they can do. Am I missing that? Is that correct?
Yes, actually, our case management department is instrumental with that side of things. Every once in a while, I'll step in and just check in on patients, see how their experience overall is going, to collect that feedback and see if we can implement any changes to make it even better.
So you deal with patients in so many different departments, and really they can go all the way from getting here in the ER to physical therapy on the way out, right?
Yes, absolutely. So MDH has a lot to offer our patients. So while you're here, if you're just running in for some outpatient tests, whether it's lab work or visiting our radiology department, convenience clinic, visiting your primary care provider over at MDH Family Clinic, emergency room, labor and delivery, there are so many different departments that work so well together, and our team is a family. The organization in itself is a family, and so everybody does a great job at trying to understand what departments do that aren't their own, so that way we can make it a seamless experience for our patients.
Well, and then as a patient advocate, right, you just kind of all that together and look at it, right, and then see as patient A comes through, what can we do to make patient B, who might follow them, a little bit better next time?
Absolutely.
So as you do that, what kind of things do you look for? I mean, what I would imagine with MDH, as it continues to improve, you start looking for smaller things, right? So the obvious things are maybe gone. So then you start looking at little things to make the sometimes the worst experience of their life, right, a little bit better as they work through.
Yes, most definitely. So you never know what kind of day somebody's having when they walk through our doors, and you don't know what they're necessarily here for. So it's important to keep an open mind and take a look at what can we ask them that's specific to their experience. Why are they here? Comfort them and make sure that we ask the right questions so that we can purposefully pull out information that we can work on.
Yeah, and I think we've talked a lot about different things from different people. Besides Bill, the CEO, you're the one person that kind of helps with, like, it gets your hands in a little bit of everything as far as the patient is concerned. Everybody's talked about it being a family, and you've even mentioned it being a family. Is the fact that everybody knows everybody as far as employees, from the CEO down to the CNAs, does that kind of make your job a little bit easier?
Absolutely. When you're a family, you care about each other, and we are all here for one purpose, and that is to provide the best experience for our patients that we possibly can. So when you are a tight-knit family, it's just great to be, we're a community, a family, a community, and we are here to serve our patients. And when everybody has that one purpose, it's a great feeling.
Well, Emily, I appreciate you stopping and talking to us, and keep fighting for the patients.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after this.
Back here at Pawnee High School at the half, 21-16 in favor of the Indians. Running down some unofficial stats for FCW. Simons is 4 of 7 for 53 yards, a couple of interceptions on the ground. Simons 7 carries for 44 yards unofficially. Logan Ruddy 6 carries for 57, and Leland Durbin unofficially 8 carries for 54 yards. Logan Ruddy 2 catches for 27 and a score, and 1 catch for Jack Flotz for 6 yards for Pawnee. We got Ward is 8 of 9 for 100 yards and a touchdown. Actually, 2 touchdowns, my apologies. Jordan Adamako unofficially 5 carries for 22. Ward 5 carries for 52, 1 carry for Dakota Coyne for 12 yards. 1 catch for Gavin Greer for 10 and a touchdown. Chase Jankowski 2 catches for 19. Coyne with 1 catch for 24, and Lucas with a couple of catches for 45 yards. Of course, big kick return for 95 yards for Dakota Coyne. As we are at 21-16 at the half, it will be Indian football to start the second half.
As we return to the field of play, the Indians will be receiving the football, having kicked off at the beginning of the game. Number 3, Dakota Coyne back to receive for the Indians.
Dakota Coyne back deep. Durbin with a kick. Gonna hit off Coyne's hand at the 25. Comes near side. Across the 30, 35. Across the 40, out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Run out of bounds by number 52, Liam Capron. And they're gonna mark it at the 44, and that's where the Indians will start 1st and 10. From their own 44-yard line, up by 5, 11:57 to play, just underway here in the second half. I see Ward shotgun set. Adamako, the lone running back, and he's going to get a full head of steam and gain of about a yard or so on the play. Doug Smith, 97, a freshman on the stop.
Second down, about 9 yards to go.
2nd and 9. Shotgun set again. Ward going to look to throw. Got a man open. It's caught into Falcon territory inside the 30. Stop made by number 1, Cole Bradbury. 16 on the catch. Gavin Greer.
So we have stopped the recording for you folks that were suffering through that last night or tonight. We apologize for that. We'll go back to loading the game later.
42 yards on the pass play. Getting empty set this time. 2 receivers to both sides. Play clock down to 5. Ort's going to look to throw near side. Tuxett's going to double clutch. Pass is caught. Running out of bounds on the play. Number 19, Chase Jankowski, 13 on the stop. Jackson Torres. Gain of about 17. Gonna be 1st and 10 from the 17. Single receiver to both sides. Adamako, the lone setback, shotgun set. Ward is going to look to throw again. A little double move by the receiver. Caught, touchdown, Pawnee. 17 yards on the pass. Trying to see who made the catch over there. Number 4. Ukasi's on the catch.
And he's going to go, after that, no big deal. I'm just going to go hold it for the PAT now, too.
That score coming at 10:41 to play in the 3rd. Cortez on to kick the PAT. Snap down, kick is on the way, and it is good. 10:41 to play, 28-16 in favor of the Indians. We'll be back here in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 10:41 to play in the 3rd quarter as Cortez will kick it away. Back deep is Ruddy and Durbin. Cortez marks his steps off, ready for the approach. The approach, and it's going to be a little squib kick. It's going to hit and be fielded by one of the up men. Good job by number 1, Cole Bradbury. So FCW will start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line with 10:39 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
For a split second there, Bradbury thought about trying to return that, and he looked up and saw a whole line of red coming at him.
I think that was a good decision there by Bradbury for FCW. I set, single receivers both sides. Simon's under center. Going to be a pitch to Durbin, and he's got a full head of steam. A first down and a lot more into Pawnee territory at the 48-yard line. Number 6. Torsten Olestina on the stop.
It's good to see Durbin back out there after leaving earlier with that what appeared to be an ankle or a cramp.
Called a gain of 19. I set again, 1st and 10. Empty, no receivers in this set, just the I formation. Simon under center, going to hand off to the second back. That's Durbin. He's tipped, no, that's Ruddy, and he's going to break it. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown FCW. 48 yards for the score, 9:58 to play, 28-22 in favor of Pawnee.
That's a huge play for the Falcons, who really needed to get something going their way here to start the second half after Pawnee had used the first possession to get that first touchdown. And the key is can one of these teams get a stop?
Yeah.
Well, can they get a 2-point conversion, and can one of these two teams get a stop of the other one? Because neither has done it so far for the most part.
I set single receivers both sides. Simon, pitch. Ball loose. And, well, there's might be your answer. That was a pitch to Durbin, and he fumbles the two-point conversion, but Falcons answer the touchdown by Pawnee. 9:58 to play in the third, 28-22 in favor of the Indians. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
The KitchenAid fan-enabled Pro Dry system combines a heating element and fan for optimal drying performance. It circulates hot air around dishes to give them a thorough dry. Choose the extended Pro Dry option to add an extra 15 minutes of heated drying for loads that need it. Dishes come out dry and sparkling, ready for more enjoying.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 9:58 to play, 28-22 in favor of the Indians. Durbin with a squib kick, and I think FCW is on the football. Hit off of one of the up men for Pawnee.
Number 11.
Yep, number 11 on the recovery. Kyle Tangman, a 5'11 senior for FCW, on the football. And
now, not only is that huge, but we look back at the two-point conversions. I know that FCW didn't get the two-point conversion last time, but they are still only down by 6,
because they had the two previous.
Yeah, even though Pawnee's got every PAT.
I set again for the Falcons. Ball at the Indian 48. Single receivers to both sides. Simon under center. Hand off. Deep man, that is Durbin. And he'll pick up a couple of yards.
72 on the stop.
Carter Webb. He was the young man I think that was shaken up at one point with some cramps issues in the first half. Good to see him back out there.
Actually, number 69 was also hurt in the first half, wasn't he?
I believe so. K to 2, 2nd and 8, 9:30 to play in the third quarter, 28-22 in favor of the Indians.
We've had some cramping lower leg injuries tonight. It's kind of a surprise, and there's going to be a whistle to blow this one dead.
Penalty flag.
Going to be on FCW. Lined up offsides. Oof.
So that's going to move it back to the Falcon side of the 50 at their own 48.
Goes from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 13.
Second. Right, with the
penalty.
Yeah, with the penalty, so no play taking place. 9:15 and counting. I set. Simon under center. Handoff, second back, that's Durbin. Oh, he's going to run right into the arms on the far side. Kaysen Dunham on the stop, number 20. That's going to be a loss of a couple more back to the 45, called a loss of 3. Bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 16 we'll call it, from the Falcon 45.
FCW, after opening that drive so nicely on a couple plays, suddenly they're going the wrong direction.
8.5 to play, third quarter. 6-point lead for the Indians. I see two receivers far side. Shotgun set for Simon, single back. Simon's going to look to throws. Got a man open, overshot the intended receiver, number 24, Jack Flood. And that we're going to bring up a 4th down. Stops the clock with 8:14 to play. And I got to expect a punt here, wouldn't you think, Dwayne?
Well, you would expect, but in a game like this, can you afford to? They're going to punt, but you almost wonder if you can afford to, if that makes any sense at all.
Logan Ruddy to kick it away.
Pawnee does have one deep returner.
Penalty flags again. Lined offside again. Yep, that is the call. It's going to be another 5-yard mark off on FCW. So this drive that got down inside of Pawnee territory has gone nothing but backwards here on the last couple of plays.
Well, and you look back at a game of what could be the keys. That onside kick recovery, obviously huge. And there's a bad snap.
Nice kick, high kick. Going to take a Pawnee bounce, about a 6-yard bounce in favor of Pawnee. Finally down by number 22. Emmett Horney on the stop for FCW, but Pawnee set up in pretty good shape here. Just right, I guess, the nose of football right at the 40-yard line.
What I was saying, sometimes the biggest stops or the biggest keys in the game aren't scores, right?
Right.
You get the onside kick, you feel like FCW's got something going their way, and then Pawnee just says, not today.
Right.
Their defense steps up. They use a couple of mistakes from the Falcons, and now they're right back in control on serve, as you might say, here after getting that stop, and they're up by 6 with the football.
Shotgun set, single receiver, both sides. Handoff. A big hit in the backfield. Carried by number 2, Hudson Wart, 97. Doug Smith, a 6'1", 240-pound freshman on the stop for the Falcons.
A little change of pace, picking up the pace a little bit here are the Indians.
Take the handoff. Wart's going to look to throw. A little double move by the receiver. And it's in and out of the hands, laid right in there. Number 14 with a diving attempt. Gage Blanton. Coverage by 13. Jackson Torres for FCW. They've had some good success on that double move by those receivers as far as Pawnee.
Yeah, and you know, up here it's easy to see the double move, right? You see the pump fake and you know what's going to happen, but when you're trying to cover, you have to at least honor that short into the flat pass, and that time it was well covered. It was just a perfect pass, just a little bit long, but it fell right in the hands. You have to think they probably wish they'd have held on to that one.
So 3rd and 12, shotgun set. Wart's pressured by Simons, gets it off to number 2, Dakota Coyne.
That's Wart.
Or Wart, my apologies.
Caught the pass from Ward.
Ward to Wart.
That's the same thing last year, except it was the junior to the senior Carson Wart last year. Now it's the senior to the sophomore, I believe. Was sophomore or junior? Junior?
Hudson is a junior.
They say he's a junior. They're listening over here. We just need to. You guys want to talk, and I'll just run the camera? Come on. Are you sure? We'll let you. Hey, it's on the internet. It's okay.
4th and 2 for the Indians. And a handoff to, and a big stop there. Hudson Wart stopped in the backfield. Durbin on the stop for FCW.
Anything you can do, I can do better. And the Falcons get their own stop now and get the ball back and a chance to tie or take a lead.
So 1st and 10 for FCW on the turnover on downs from the Pawnee 47-yard line. 6:44 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 28-22 in favor of the Indians. I set. Simons under center. They're going to be offsides on the Falcons. That's about what, the 3rd or 4th here in the second half?
That's an illegal procedure, technically. Well, the other times they were lined up off.
Right.
At least they stayed on the right side to start that time. But that's the 3rd penalty in 4 plays.
Yeah,
for FCW.
For the Falcons. Number 22, I think, was the one that jumped a little too early for the Falcons. So now 1st and 15 from the Falcon 47. Single receivers to both sides, I formation. Simons pitch, second back. That's Durbin. And he'll lower the shoulders and get it back close to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 4 on the play.
Second and 11. Probably, if you're on the plus side of the 50 here, Chris, I'm going fourth down every time,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. You have to in this game. Type of game. 6:10 to play here in the third. Game clock, or time play clock down to 9 seconds.
I think they're going to have to hustle up to get this play off.
Now down to 3. They're not going to get it off.
Well,
they do. They do get it off. Simons looks to throw. And he's going to break out of a tackle. Penalty flag from the far side. Still on his feet. It's going to be down inside the 40.
Odds are that's going to
be a hold. Yep, where the area that flag came in, that would be the guess. The flag back at the Falcon 46-yard line, 47-yard line.
I could call defensive holding here too. Nope, they're going to talk to them, so. Whoa.
Oh.
Illegal hands to the face and a personal foul. 2 penalties on the play? Is that what I saw there?
He made 2 signals. That's going to be a big mark off inside the 30.
Illegal use of the hands to the face, and then a 15-yard penalty on top of that?
Down to the 28.
It was. They marked them both off, didn't they?
So it's down to the 28-yard line of the Indians. Clock ticking under 5:45 to play. 28-22 here in the third quarter.
You know, and usually that kind of stuff you see, right? It jumps out at you.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything that looked
either.
like that.
Single receiver to both sides. I set. Simons. Handoff. Durbin just lowers the shoulder ahead for a gain of a couple.
Number 25. I know 7 made the ultimate stop, but that was number 25 in there cutting the legs out from underneath Durbin that caused that play to fall apart for FCW. That was a good play from the defensive end spot there.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 at the Indian 25. 4:50 to play here. Third quarter, 28-22 in favor of the Indians. Quick snap to Simons. Oh, a big hit. Stayed on his feet. And it's going to be down close to the 20-yard line, a gain of about 5.
Third and a short.
2.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. They moved it quite a ways forward.
Clock down to 4:19. Continuing to count down. 3rd and 1.
So here's the question. You're 2 down territory, obviously. You have to feel like you can get it on one play. Do you go for the end zone once here?
I don't think so. Not at this point.
I think I do. If I was Coach Reed, I think I'd go for the end zone.
And it's going to be Simons right up the middle for the first down, close to the 15.
That's why he's over there and I'm up here.
Well,
okay, it's not the only reason.
Gain of about 6 on the sneak.
It's a good sneak when you get 6 yards.
It came up to the line pretty quick there. Good snap and a pretty decent-sized hold. Simons get in and pick up the first down. Clock down to 3:40 to play here, third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the Pawnee 16-yard line. I set, no receiver set. Simons pitched near side to Durbin. He's across the 20, down inside the 15 it looks like, close to the 10.
Now, if you see, who is that, number 22 walking there with his hands up?
I believe so.
Yeah, it is. Who's number 22 for, no, it's not Flout.
Emmett Horry.
Horry. He was the one that was over here on the sideline, was tied up with a red jersey, and he just instantly put his hands up, didn't want any part of a late or after the play penalty, and I wonder if that's been what's brewing over there on the far side when that penalty came out before.
2:45 to play. 2nd and 3 for FCW. I set. Handoff, lead back. That is Durbin. I think he'll have enough for the first down, it looks like. Nope. Angle we're at, it looked like maybe he got more, but it's going to be a gain of 1 to bring up 3rd and 1.
So you say, why are you running tight formation plays? Why are you know, I kind of feel like I'm watching a NASCAR race right now.
Yes.
And Flanagan is trying to figure out some way to get a touchdown here and make sure they're the last ones to have the football with time to score.
Right, here in the 3rd quarter.
And you know, you're checking gas mileage,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to be the last one with the ball.
I set, handoff, Durbin. He's got the first down near the goal line, be down close to the goal line, a couple of yards short it looks like.
Yeah,
regardless, it's going to be a 1st and goal at the 1:48 to play. Heavy dose of Durbin in the contest. He's unofficially 16 carries for 93 yards for FCW.
Yeah, this is getting the feel, and you say it a lot, but this is getting the feel. Last possession wins here.
Simons, quarterback, keeper, gets the
tush
push. No signal, touchdown, FCW.
So we're tied, right? 28-28 with the 2-point conversion to come here.
Get our scoreboard up to date here. 1:27 to play, that score coming here in the 3rd quarter.
Official standing over the football. I'm not.
Something going on the far side with one of the officials. It looks like a little bit of a delay.
They call the start of the play clock.
Shotgun set. Timeout going to be taken by Coach Reed and FCW with 1:27 to play.
There's so many advantages and opportunities within Illinois Farm Bureau to work on yourself, on your business, and the agriculture industry as a whole.
That's why Douglas County farmer McKenna France is all in on the Illinois Farm Bureau. We invest in the people who make agriculture thrive. The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage, impactful advocacy, trusted information.
Back here at Pawnee High School, as we had an injured Falcon player, FCW player. Tied at 28, 1:27 to play, 2-point conversion. I set, Simons under center. Fake it, pass is caught. I believe that's Ruddy in the back of the end zone. It is. So with 1:27 to play, the 2-point conversion is good, and that'll push the lead back to 2 for FCW. And we'll be back here in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Tim Gould Farms in Henry County. He trusts Illinois Farm Bureau to have his back, and so can you.
Farm Bureau has a very large impact on local communities and on the state level. There's different avenues of communications, such as Farm Week, Ag Safety, Ag in the Classroom, scholarship programs. Between off the farm job, the farm, and family, my life without Farm Bureau would feel as though I'm on my own.
The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage, impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
Back here at Pawnee High School, 30-28 in favor of FCW. Dakota Coin back deep. Kick on the way. It's going to hit at the 25, picked up at about the 22. Dakota going to cut it across the 25 out to the 30-yard line, brought down there. And that's where the Pawnee will start 1st and 10, down by 2. 30-28 with a minute 31 to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'll be, no matter how this game turns out, I'm going to be interested to listen to Sunday's Spotlight on I8FA football with the guys just to see these 2-point to 1-point conversions are going to be huge down the stretch of this thing.
You have got that right, my friend. 30-28, a minute 21 to go. Pawnee with the football. Adamako the lone setback. Ward. Hands off. Adamako breaks one tackle. Is going to gain about 4. .50 seconds to play, 2nd and 6 for the Indians. Ward going to pitch to Adamako near side. He'll cut it back, and he's got a lot of room across the 40, 50 into Falcon territory. Cuts it back, brought down at the 30-yard line, inside the 30 at the 29. 67 on the stop for the Falcons, Oliver Webb. A 49-yard run for Adamako.
It's funny that last 2 times I've seen the Falcons, I've had the biggest fan in the crowd standing right in front of me. Tonight it's a Pawnee fan, but it was Ruddy's mom last time.
15 seconds to play. Adamako. He'll bounce it outside. He's going to go 10-5. Touchdown, Pawnee with 5.4 seconds to play. Indians 34, FCW 30.
Now it's going to be interesting to see. Pawnee, I bet, goes for 2 here.
I'm guessing that would be the case. At some point, you've got to try and negate FCW's 2-point conversions.
I said that, and, well, they're moving a bunch of players in and out. We'll see what they do here.
I don't see Contreras out there to kick. So
is that him coming out late right there?
No, that's number 10.
So they are going for 2. We're going to use these 2 as spotters the rest of the night.
There you go. Give them a headset.
They can be our spotters for the Pawnee squad anyway.
Going to be a double reverse. Pass, Ward open. 2-point conversion is good.
Oh, no. There's the flag. I might have zoomed out a little too much right there. I lost the ball, ended up being in the right spot, but I'm pretty sure.
FCW has just picked up a.
No, I don't think it was FCW. I think it was Ward with a forearm shiver off the top rope at the end, but I could be wrong. If you watch back at the replay a little later, sorry folks, I was trying to watch the screen. I'm watching it. 2-point conversion is good. Personal foul. No, it is against FCW. I thought Ward came back down. I thought sure Ward was going to be the second guy getting caught. He got roughed up a little bit, but I was afraid he was going to be the one that got caught on the second thing. But the referee caught the first one and did not hold it against Ward, which was a definite plus for Pawnee.
Little trickery there on the 2-point conversion by the Indians.
Well, yeah, the cameraman sucked on that one too. I did get the catch though.
Good.
I got the catch. I saw Ward roll out, and I was like, he has the ball. And then I realized he didn't have the ball, and then I didn't know where the ball was, so I just stayed on Ward because I listened to you say, hey, it's coming back.
5.4 seconds to go.
Can you say onside kick right here?
Well, considering they're kicking it off at the 45, way we've seen Gutierrez kick it, if he wanted to kick it full, I think he could probably kick it through the goalpost and then some.
I think I'd go onside kick right
I
here.
think that's what we're going to see here as well. 5.4 seconds to play. 36-30.
Or a squib or a pooch kick of some
Something,
sort.
some kind of short kick, yes.
Something to try to force a fumble or a missed handle of the football. Or
And that's the play. It
Oh,
goes to
big
10
hop.
yards. Oh, I think FCW got it. The first Falcon went up and got clipped. Who got on the football? 13.
Yep.
Jackson Torres.
Torres is the homecoming king. The homecoming king at FCW.
Awesome.
We covered that West Central FCW game, and that was the announcement was made before the game. So congratulations to him.
So 4.4 seconds to play, third quarter. Empty set, shotgun formation. Direct snap, Simon's going to keep it. Go off the right side, is across the 35 to the 36, 37-yard line, a gain of 4, and that will do it for the third quarter.
We're going to keep it here for this quarter as the cheerleaders are supposed to be having some special see what they have to say here.
We'd like to recognize our cheerleaders and cheerleading sponsors tonight for their hard work and preparation. How about a round of applause? Great job they are doing here tonight. Pump It Up is headed to you next.
Cheerleaders were nice enough to tell me what they were doing before the game, so I told them I'd be nice enough to make sure we got them on the broadcast. So the Pawnee cheerleaders doing their regular Pump It Up routine. And here we go.
2nd and 4. I set, single receiver, both sides, handoff, Durbin. He's going to go far side, and I believe has enough for a first down for FCW.
He does.
About 5 yards on the play. It'll be brought down by number 7, Owen Brown.
Unofficially, I've got Durbin, 18 carries, 99 yards, so just a yard short of the century mark in the contest. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 40, we'll call it 43-yard line. 11:35 to play here, fourth quarter. I set. Simon, handoff. This is Ruddy, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss of a couple on the play.
Number 7, one of the first ones there.
Second and 12.
Also Wart there on the stop with him.
Minute into the fourth quarter, 2nd and 13 for FCW at their own 42-yard line. 36-30. Indians on top by 6.
Let Adam get back on the camera. I don't get to run the camera very often. You know that?
You don't. I haven't run the camera at all and don't want to. If I had to, I would in a pinch. You know that. I said.
Well, I just like running the camera instead of talking sometimes.
Durbin, and he might have gotten it forward progress close to the original line of scrimmage. Going to give him a gain of what yard. Bring up 3rd and about 11 for.
Well, they kept moving that forward. It's going to be 3rd and a very, maybe a long 10.
Yeah, we'll call it a gain of a short 2. 10-15 to play. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10 from the FCW 43-yard line. Single receivers both sides, I formation. Simon's going to look to throw. Got a man, it's Ruddy. He's got the first down at the 45. brought backwards, but forward progress going to be enough for a first down. 6. Torsten Postelina on the stop.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line. 9:45 left. I don't think you can take 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go 46 yards, can you?
I don't think so. I was just going to mention maybe a kind of little ball control here for FCW, maybe trying to eat up some of that clock. I set, handoff, second back, that's Durbin.
Oh,
he's
what
going to
a
be
stop.
tripped up. Nice job at the ankles after a gain of 1.
Chevalier coming up and making a stop again.
Second down and 9 yards to go for the Falcons.
That's a short one, too.
Clock under 9 to play now, 8:50 and counting. Second and 9, I set again. Falcons at the Pawnee 45-yard line. Going to be a pitch, Dirtman, this near side. He's got some room. Nice gain, going to be run out of bounds inside the 40, it looks like. They're going to mark him right at the 40.
By number 6, Torsten Postelina. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Bring up third down and 5 yards to go from the Indians' 40-yard line.
3rd and 4. 5-yard gain. That was almost as exact of a 5-yard gain as you could get right there.
Yeah, exactly. Nose of the football went right from the
45
to the 40. Clock down to 8:05. Continuing to roll down. 6-point Indian lead, 36-30. 2-down territory here for FCW. Single receiver, I set, pitch, Durbin. Going to go near side or far side. He's going to have the first down a little more and run out of bounds inside the 35 to, as they are going to mark him at the, they're going to mark it at the 35. So enough for a first down. Set the chains as he was run out of bounds. 7:52 to play. (36-30). Play clock down to 2. Simons hands off, ball loose. I think Pawnee is on it. Went a handoff, I believe. I didn't see who tried to take the handoff, but the fumble, and Pawnee on the football here with 7:48 to play. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
That is a huge, huge play. We've had a few of them, but as you get one possession and further into the game, what was a huge play earlier becomes less important.
Right.
And this huge play, another turnover, and you're going to get to the end of this game and you look at problems and causes of a loss. 2 turnovers to 1 is a big deal. And the 1 was an onside kick.
Right. So the Indians take over 1st and 10, up 6, 7:48 to play. Football at the Indian 36. Work with Adamaco, going to hand it off. And it's Adamaco, and he's cutting through across the 40 to the 41, 40, we'll call it the 42-yard line, a gain of 6. Durbin in on the stop. Got 110 yards on 10 carries unofficially for Adamaco.
You'll take 11 yards a carry, wouldn't you? Most days.
Yeah. That's a good day's work. 7:10 to play here, 4th quarter, 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain. Ball at the Indian 42-yard line. Shotgun set, handoff, Adamaco again. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard on forward progress, and then push backwards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Number 24, Jack Flout of the Falcons, bring up 3rd down
So 3rd down and 4. 6:30 to play. Scoreboard says 3rd and 3. We'll call it 3rd and 3 at the Indian 43-yard line. Indians on top by 6, 36-30.
And suddenly the clock has become Pawnee's friend, right?
Hort looking to throw. All sorts of time and all sorts of room. He's just going to tuck it and run. And he's going to step out of bounds inside the 45 of FCW to the 43 and a Pawnee first down. Clock stop was 6:02 to play. 1st and 10 Indians at the Falcon 43-yard line. 6-point lead, 36-30 for the Indians. Single set back, shotgun set, 2 receivers far side. Hort's going to look to throw. Receiver fell down.
No, he got hit.
Clipped, and Hort's going to take it, and another flag comes in. 3 flags on the play. Gavin Greer, the intended initial receiver on the play.
He got clipped and hit from behind, and might be a hip pointer maybe.
3 penalty flags, another one coming in late on the play here on the near sideline.
Which could have been a hold. We'll see.
Officials talking it over mid at the Falcon 39-yard line. 5:54 to play, 6-point lead for the Indians. Holding on Pawnee. Personal foul on FCW. Offsetting plays or penalties, so we'll redo the down.
After all that, we just replay the down. Ward's talking to him again like, White Hat, you're killing me tonight.
5:54 to play.
That's the second conversation Ward's had with the White Hat. You remember after
all the
25
shift
players on an 8-man team moving all at the same time?
So it'll be 1st and 10 back at the original line of scrimmage, 43-yard line. 5:50 to play here, 4th quarter. Indians with a 6-point lead, and going into kind of a point now where you think if you're FCW, you pretty well got to keep Pawnee out of the end zone at this point.
Yeah, and you also start looking, what is the field goal range here?
I just saw Contreras warming up down here as Wart's going to hand off to number 2, Hudson Wart.
Ward hangs to Wart.
Ward to Wart.
And that tongue-tied me so many times last year.
That's a gain of about 7.
Bring up 2nd and about 3 yards to go for the Indians.
2nd and 3 clock. 5:10, continuing to tick down. Two receivers far side. Adamako the setback, and believe receiver to the near side.
Letting the play clock run down a little bit.
That is not Adamako. Oh. Yep, we're going to get a horse collar penalty.
Did they throw the flag?
Yeah, there's a flag. Hudson Wart on the carry. Face mask, or I thought it was a horse collar, but they're calling a face mask. So that'll be enough for a first down. They're going to move it down to the 16. 1st and 10 for Pawnee, 4:45 and counting. As you said on that previous play, Pawnee going to probably let the play clock wind down pretty close to 0.
They actually snapped at 15, but they're getting to the line of scrimmage fast to keep FCW from
making any changes.
Yeah, from making any substitutions.
Look to throw, man open, end zone, caught, touchdown, Pawnee. Hudson Ward, I believe, on the receiving end of that one. 12-point lead now for for Pawnee, 42-30, 4:20 to play in the contest.
Big touchdown there, 2-possession game now, no matter what FCW does. And they're going for 2 again.
And we're going to get timeout taken by Pawnee, their first of the second half. 4:20 to play here in the contest. 42-30 in favor of the Indians. We'll step aside and be back in just a moment.
There's so many advantages and opportunities within Illinois Farm Bureau to work on yourself, on your business, and the agriculture industry as a whole.
That's why Douglas County farmer McKenna France is all in on the Illinois Farm Bureau. We invest in the people who make agriculture thrive. The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage: impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
Back here at Pawnee High School, so you see the Pawnee cheerleaders down below. 2-point conversion attempt coming up for the Indians. Shotgun set. Keeper pitch, and 2-point conversion is no good. So with 4:20 to play, 42-30 in favor of Pawnee. We'll be back in just a moment. This is TSSR Game Time live, presented by MDH.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Back here, Pawnee High School, 42-30 in favor of the Indians. 4:20 to play in the contest. As Contreras will kick it away again for Pawnee. Ruddy and Durbin back deep for FCW. Approach, high end over end kick. Dartmouth's going to field it at about the 10 across the 15, 20 near side, 25, 30. Penalty flag on the play back at the 20 as he'll get it out and across the 35. That's going to be an area of holding, I would guess, on FCW, and that is the call. So 1st and 10. That should move it back to about the 22-yard line. Nope, at the penalty, that spot of the penalty from the 20, so move it back to just short of the 10-yard line, it looks like. They're going to mark it right at the 10.
Long field here for FCW with not a lot of time. They cannot waste any time.
2 timeouts remaining for both squads. Simon shotgun set this time. 2 receivers to both sides. It's going to look to throw. Got caught and out of bounds.
What a catch.
Nice catch. A good throw as Simons didn't have a lot of time. Ruddy with the catch. Gain of 9. Second one for FCW. Clock stopped, 4:07 to play. Again, empty set, shotgun formation. Simon's going to keep it. And he's going to get out of bounds wisely out at about the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. 4:02 to play. Two receivers, both sides, empty set again. Simon's going to send Durbin in motion to the far side. Simon's going to look to throws under pressure. Throws, got a man open across the 50, and he'll get out of bounds. Number 1, Cole Bradbury.
I said Blankenship is what I was going to say. Had to be right anyway.
That's going to be a gain from the
30.
30 to their 48, so gain of 22. 3:53 to play. First and 10 for FCW at their Pawnee 48. Durbin in motion again. Simons looks to throw. He's going to be under some pressure. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet across the 40. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. First and 10. Clock stopped with 3:44 to play. And a 13-yard gain. What is that? 3 plays and 3 first downs for FCW.
Well, you play prevent defense, right? And you don't have a problem giving up some yards, but you can't let them move too quickly down the field and get in the end zone and have plenty of time for an onside kick and a chance to do something
never know
with it.
After that. 42-30, 3:44 to play. Single receivers both sides, I formation. Pitch to Durbin. And he's going to go down inside the 30 at the 29-yard line, a gain of 6.
Yeah, I was going to say they have to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. Down by 2 touchdowns here. You can't take any extra time.
3:20 and counting, I set. Near botch snap or handoff there. Simon's going to end up keeping it. I think he and Durbin kind of collided with the football. FCW going to be forced to take a timeout here. Their second. And that'll be a 3rd down and about 2 with 3:10 to play.
Yeah, this is, you might say, well, why do you take a timeout? You want to save the timeouts. Well, it's now 3rd and 2. And if you can't score here, it makes no difference.
Right.
What the rest of the time on the clock says.
Don't leave your timeouts in your pocket if you towards the end of the game. So
you've got to get in the end zone here. The interesting thing to me is we watched that last series by FCW defensively. They were playing almost a prevent style defense, a pass coverage defense, and Pawnee took advantage of that and ran the ball some.
Yeah.
And then Pawnee, when you would expect FCW to be throwing the football, is playing all up in the box, kind of, in your face, man-to-man, not allowing the run to hurt them, except on a pass play. Where Simons takes off out of the pocket.
Big 3rd down here for FCW, 3rd and 2 at the Indian 27-yard line. I set single receivers to both sides. Simon under center. Hand off Durbin, and he's not going to get anything. Maybe the line of scrimmage and bring up a big 4th down as the clock's going to wind under 3 to play. And they're going to mark off a loss in the play of about 1 and 4th and about 3 for the Falcons. 2:50 and counting here. Pawnee on top by 12, 42-30.
This is the ball game right here. If they don't get this, the game is essentially over.
High set, bot snap. Simons will look to throw. Almost a one-handed catch by number 8. Incomplete. Going to stop the clock and a turnover on downs to Pawnee.
They suddenly, FCW suddenly had some problems holding on to the snaps there. They had a miscommunicated run, it looked like. They had a problem with the snap there. And you can tell by the sound of the crowd, Pawnee is feeling a victory now.
2:34 to play, up 12. 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 28-yard line.
1 first down here. Well, a couple plays, second one being a first down, probably ices this game right here, time-wise. It'll be close.
Shotgun set. Hadamako, the lone setback. Play clock at 2. Handoff, Hadamako. Full head of steam, and he's dragging people out across the 44 to the, or 34 to the 35-yard line. Second and 2, clock down to 2:10 to play. (42-30) favor of the Indians. Clock down under 2 to play. 1:50 and counting. Play clock down to 10.
If they can get a first down here, they can take knees the rest of the way.
Shotgun set. Hadamako. He's got the first down and more. 50, 40, 30.
Pointing out blockers.
20. He got in. Touchdown, Indians. There's a penalty flag, though, back in the line of scrimmage, holding on Pawnee.
There it is. Just inside the 40. The best thing about that run is Hadamako
was
pointing
out
to who to block.
Right.
Block him
Right.
as he's running down the sideline.
He had that lead blocker out in front of him. And
I can outrun that guy. I can outrun that guy. Block this one.
All for naught, as it will be negated on the holding penalty.
He should get the yardage. It'll go back. It won't be a first down, but he'll get a 5-yard gain on the play, and then it'll be a 10-yard penalty, so it'll bring second down and 8 now.
So at the 30 with 90 seconds to play, 2nd and 8.
The funny thing about that is they wasted about 13 seconds running down the field after that.
Right. Shotgun set. Single receiver near side. Handoff. Hudson Wart on the carry. He'll pick up about 3. Durbin on the stop. 3rd and 3. 1:10 to play. 42-30 in favor of Pawnee.
They will not have to punt. This will be the last play of the game. This is going to be the last snap right here with 3rd down.
The play clock at 18.
They just have to get below 40. If they wait till the end of the play clock anyway. We'll see if they do that or not.
I think that's exactly what they're going to do. It's almost perfectly
took it
out down to 40 seconds. Hand off. Wart, and he's got the first down. Clock stopped with 34.6 to play. First down.
Sticks will move. The clock will start when they're set, and they don't have to take another snap.
Clock down now to 25 seconds to play.
They do not have to snap it.
as the play clock's about 3 seconds behind the game clock.
Yeah, it ends up being about a second and a half, doesn't it?
Right. So the final tonight here from Pawnee, 42-30 in favor of the Indians, and they'll be on to round number 2 next weekend in the I8FA playoffs.
So since this is recorded tonight, folks, we're going to show the handshake, and then we'll push pause and
wait for our coaches.
Wait for some stats, and then we'll wait for our coaches. We'll push pause in between all that so you don't have to have all that downtime waiting. So at 6-4, Flanagan-Cornell Woodland season comes to an end in the opening round of the I8FA playoffs. And Pawnee lives to fight another day. They'll be playing next week. They'll wait and see who their opponent is after games tomorrow afternoon. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 6, I think, are the game times tomorrow.
Yes.
Did I say enough ones?
1, 1. I was trying to figure out where you were going with that, and I didn't get it until you said the later start times.
I think there's 4 ones, a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Yep. So Pawnee on to the second round, 42-30. Got some unofficial stats. I've got Ward with 189 yards passing. (11 of 14). Jordan Adebaco, 13 carries for 125. Ward had 6 carries for 67 yards. Dakota Coyne had 4 for 19, and Hudson Wart had 2 carries for 9. For Flanagan-Cornell Woodland, Durbin with 118 yards unofficially on 23 carries. Simons, 13 carries for 84. Ruddy with 6 carries for 57. And passing-wise, I've got Simons with 105 yards passing. Seven of 12. And Ruddy with 4 of the catches for 58 yards, as it is a 42-30 final in favor of FCW.
So we'll take a break, push the pause button, and we'll come back with the coaches in just a few minutes. You've been watching the I8FA playoffs on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The road to Monmouth has begun, and the Illinois Farm Bureau State Championship game on November 21st. It'll be right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back with the coaches in just a few minutes.
The KitchenAid fan-enabled Pro Dry system combines a heating element and fan for optimal drying performance. It circulates hot air around dishes to give them a thorough dry. Choose the extended Pro Dry option to add an extra 15 minutes of heated drying for loads that need it. Dishes come out dry and sparkling, ready for more enjoying.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
All right, well, welcome back, Coach Tully. I don't know if it was the way you wanted to get there, but you got there and you got a 2-touchdown win, and you're moving on to week number 2.
Yeah, I'll take a win whenever I can get it. There's definitely some things we need to get better at and clean up. Some penalties, some unnecessary penalties after the whistle. Talk to those guys, and we'll get that cleaned up. I thought the offense did well when we started executing our plays. We were moving the ball pretty well. A couple drives we stalled out, but I thought it was more so our own mistakes and just not making plays. But credit to Flanagan. They played a heck of a game, and they battled hard. And that's kind of what I expected from this game, is that we were going to get a good game from them, and they were gonna battle us, and that's what they did. But it's good to win that first round game, and we look forward to whoever we get in round 2.
So, we were towards the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter up here talking that it was going to be, or it could be, whoever has the ball last. It was kind of shaping up and had that feel, but then there was a kind of a spot there at the beginning, end of the third, beginning of the fourth, where both teams kind of, I don't want to say lost their way, but both of you guys kind of struggled a little bit. But Flanagan just struggled a little bit more, and you guys were able to take advantage.
Yeah, I think we did a great job starting the half. I believe we went down and scored to start the half. But then they responded, went down and scored. And I think the middle of the third there is what you're talking about. Yeah. We both kind of stalled out. Like, we're moving the ball, but just didn't finish drives. And then we have a couple big runs there at the end of the third, score right before the third. But, I talked to the guys all week that this could be a 4-quarter game and that they were going to make plays, and we just had to, believe in each other, trust each other, and just keep making the plays and respond when we make mistakes or we don't make our plays. And I thought they did a great job of not getting down, because right there in the second half, we go down to score, and then they go down and get a quick score. I've seen teams just kind of, shut down and just not believe and kind of panic a little bit when you go down and get a quick score and they come right back.
Yeah, neither one of you, I didn't feel like either one of you ever really panicked. Either team really panicked. It didn't seem like you had some struggles, and Flanagan had more, but you guys responded to each little thing that kind of went your way, especially. You guys were able to respond and then kind of take control again.
Yeah, I'll credit that to the culture that last year's seniors and this year's seniors have helped build. We've preached just believing in one another. And one thing I talked to the team there at the end was, I felt like when the offense stalled out, our defense made plays. And when the defense let up a drive, our offense responded and went down and got a score. And then, we have a big play on special teams, and, that's how you win football games. When the offense isn't clicking, you need the defense to help out. And when the defense isn't responding, then, the offense needs to go make plays. I thought we did a good job there. We'll be a very tough team if we can get all 3 phases going all at once. But, we're gonna see some tough teams through the rest of these playoffs.
You talked about your score at the start of the second half, their score responding. That onside kick could have been a huge momentum change, but your defense stepped up and then used a little help from some lining up offsides from Flanagan, of course. But your defense did what you needed to do to get them off the field.
Yeah, I think that's the first true onside kick we've given up all year. We've given up a pooch kick, I believe, to Unity in the middle of the season, but I believe that's the first onside we gave up. So, it's bound to happen. That kid, that was Gage Blanton. I think he's recovered 4 of those this year. So I know he can make the plays, just, the wrong bounce, a little bit off the chest plate, and, they were right there to make the play. So, like you said, the defense responded in that situation.
Well, that onside kick that you guys had, boy, that ball took the absolute perfect bounce for you. It just didn't bounce where it needed to.
Well, like I said, I think we've recovered, except for that one, every onside. I think we're 0 for on recovering onside. So we keep working on it, but eventually you hope one of those are going to bounce our way.
Well, only Friday night game. You have all day Saturday to watch games. Obviously, you're going to watch who your opponent is tomorrow, I'm sure. But does that kind of make you feel a little less stress for tomorrow and maybe a more chance to film and watch and get ready for next week?
Yeah, absolutely. Just having that extra day of prep is always nice.
And an extra day of rest, too, right, for the kids?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially this time of year, everybody's banged up. And if you're at 100%, I'd be shocked.
Anybody, right? If you're playing football as hard as you normally play football, there's nobody out there at 100% probably, is
there? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not even at 100%.
Well, I don't start at 100%. So.
Yeah, you can't be at 100 if you don't start at 100.
Right, exactly.
But, yeah, I'm sure my wife will be happy to have a Sunday not consumed with football, watching film, and having the games up on the TV too. So
right, I understand. Well, Coach, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
I don't know if it'll be me or it'll be one of us, but we appreciate you taking the time to come up and talk to us. Congratulations on your second year in a row getting an opening round win.
Absolutely, thank you.
We'll talk to you later. That was Coach Tolley talking to us, and Coach Reed is on his way up. He's coming right now, so we'll get him up under the headset. And we're just going to stay live and get him up here. And as Flanagan-Cornell Woodland season comes to an end and the opening round of the playoffs for the second year in a row. And we will see if you need a break, you need to catch your breath or anything. Are you good to go?
Good to go.
Okay, Coach says he's good to go. Coach Reed, before I talked about the game, unfortunately I've done the last 2 years when your season ended.
Yeah.
And of all the coaches, I've watched football, for high school football, for all the coaches and traditions, your senior tradition, you did it at West Carroll last year. You did it again tonight. We recorded it, the kids walking off.
Yeah.
That's a really cool thing and one last chance for those seniors to be the spotlight, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty emotional moment, when you get when those guys play their last football game and, they line up at the 50 and they walk off hand in hand and they watch their underclassmen teammates have to watch that, and it's a pretty special moment as a coach, and it's a tearjerker too, because you build those bonds with those players, and they're our sons too. I told them that every one of them that comes through our program, I treat them like my son, and it's tough. It's tough, but it's a happy feeling, but it's also a sad feeling. You watch them go through the program. And it's the last time you get to see him put on the shoulder pads and helmets.
A game that a couple plays go different, a couple things change, and you guys have a chance. That last drive we were talking about, and you were moving the ball, and then you kind of stalled out, and you used the timeout, and it just, for whatever reason, you couldn't get that last 3 yards you needed. But you guys did a lot of good things tonight. But there was one after that onside kick recovery. Those 3 penalties in 4 plays were a big killer for you guys, I felt like.
Yeah, and we knew coming in, like, Pawnee, an incredibly athletic team. Their quarterback he's one of the best in the league, and he's got an arm. And one of the things we knew that they were going to put the ball in the air, and we just had to try to stop the big plays. And they made the big plays tonight, and then offensively, our game plan was to control the clock to keep our defense off the field, and we did put some drives together, just a couple, moments. I'd say my fault, calling a couple offensive plays where we switched some personnel back around at running backs, and that's on me. That's not the kids. Just trying some different things to keep the ball moving.
Well, and when I talked to you and Coach Kirby after your game at Flanagan, you guys both said that sometimes you have to change personnel or just change. You run the exact same play from just a little bit different personnel grouping or a wing instead of a fullback, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Just change things, and that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work, but that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah. You're always trying to come up with something new, just a different version of the same concept of the play, but just a different look. And it's the way it rolls. It's this one's really tough. And hats off to Pawnee. They got a great club, but we watched film coming in, and we felt from the get-go that we could play with them, and we did. We competed. We wish them the best of luck moving forward and playoffs, and it's 8-man's getting tougher every year. The field is 16. It's tough.
I mean, there's a few teams that you look at that right now that are really good, and I think everybody would say that. But man, whereas in the last 2 years ago, maybe even last year, the bottom 5 or the bottom 8, you could go into this weekend, and you knew the top seeds were going to win. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't think you look at this year that way. Now, maybe the top 4 or 5, but you get down to Pawnee's the 4th seed. So you get down to the Pawnee, and suddenly you're like, well, all these games could go either way.
I agree. And how teams prepare, and 8-man too. If you're a couple injuries away from your team totally being different, and we found that out this year. Just with some adversity we went through, and our team was totally different, having a couple players gone, and. You hope everybody stays healthy in the postseason, but it's what it's all about. It's fun, and getting to see the kids compete in small school football. There's nothing better.
You guys played really well on both sides of the ball at times tonight. It felt like, and if you go back and look at tape, you're going to say this breakdown hurt us. But that's part of the game, right, with high school kids.
Yeah. Just it is. You try to limit those mistakes, and hopefully they don't turn into big plays. And tonight they had some playmakers, and we had our secondary was in the spot in the right place a lot of times. They just couldn't break the ball up, and their receivers made some great catches, and we couldn't take them away.
You don't have to say what the problem is, but we did have a lengthy break for one of your players on the sideline. Everything okay, or
it seemed okay. He was sitting up, he was talking, and I think he was going for a concussion protocol just to be safe. But yeah, the kid Emmett, he plays his tail off for us, and very emotional kid too. So he's I'm going to check on him actually when we get down here and see how talk to his grandma and see how he's doing. So.
I know you could tell that you were concerned because it was very much a stop, we need help. And we stopped recording, but that's something that sometimes happens in football. But your kids were all there for him, and then they walked down. The coaches were all there. Pawnee had fire that responded pretty quickly. I mean, everything that needs to happen in that situation happened.
It did. You want to clear your players away and then let the emergency personnel come up and handle the situation as fast as you can. Every young man that plays a sport, something like that could happen in a heartbeat, and a season-ending injury or whatever. And it's like, when a player has a concussion or if he's the signs are there, it's pretty serious.
Right.
And it needs to be dealt with right away and seriously.
So you talked about 8-man getting better. There's still more schools looking, changing, moving in. It's kind of always a flux thing. Do you think it's, as a coach and maybe a season's coaching, you feel like it's moving in the right direction, I'm sure, right?
I do. I still think that there's a lot of schools that are, really on the fence with some doubt, and they just need to try it, Like when we first came in, it's been the best thing for our program, and it revitalized our football program. And those schools that are having, not much success in 11-man, it'll revitalize your programs. It will, and it'll bring numbers back to your program, and don't let it die. And it's just as entertaining as 11-man.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. Coach, if you want to hop on a broadcast the rest of the way, you're welcome to join us anytime you want to.
Well, I appreciate it, and once again, I can't thank you guys enough for the job you guys do, getting the word out here about us and covering us. That's what we need. You know, people need to know that 8-man football is just as exciting as 11-man football, and the passion's there just the same way. So.
Well, I know this was against you guys, but it came back anyway, so I'll talk about it. Adamaka running down your sideline, pointing, telling his kid, hey, don't block that guy.
Yeah.
I'm already get out here and try to block. I mean, that's the stuff you see in the NFL or whatever. And he's sitting there literally pointing at him. Block this. I mean, this is football.
This is football. This is football. And it's good football. It's great. And I can't say, enough about what 8-man has done for our program. And, you still have that small town excitement even if it's not 11-man, it's still the same. There's nothing better than small school football.
That's absolutely right. Coach, thank you for being so gracious all the time. We appreciate it.
Yep.
And like I said, anytime you want to hop on.
All right.
You're welcome to do so.
Well, thank you.
Coach Reed, thank you very much. Coach Reed stopping and talking to us for a few minutes here on the post-game show. I'll get Chris back under the headset, and we'll give a little close and talk about tomorrow and go from there. I turned you down, so.
Probably the best.
Yeah.
For the best of everybody.
People probably wishing I was turned off. We don't
Big
get
day
to cover,
tomorrow.
We don't get to cover them all, but we're going to end up having 4 games on tomorrow. We'll have, as long as the internet works. I apologize,
Isn't that
guys.
the $64,000 question this year?
I apologize to everybody. But we have South Forks game is going to be covered with the first half being camera only, probably with the announcer talking. And then I'm going to try to get back for the second half of the South Fork game from St. Anne, where I'm going to go cover the 3 p.m. game at St. Anne. Hopefully it'll be done before the other one starts and I can get back. We'll see. It's like a 2-hour drive. We'll see if I can make that happen or not. So we have St. Anne, or game at St. Anne, the same game at South Fork. We have the game at South Beloit, thanks to Mark up there.
Right.
Who is coming on board for the first time, and his wife or daughter is going to run a camera for the first time. And we appreciate all those guys coming in. And
we appreciate all the help everybody can
Coach Lawler found those guys for us.
That's awesome.
So we appreciate that. And then Kenny is going to be at the West Central to West Carroll game, and that is at Mount Carroll. They've moved to their new stadium. So
that's a rematch of week 1. That was a West
very
Carroll
lopsided.
shutout.
Yeah, very lopsided contest. But I don't think it's the same West Central game.
I don't think it is either.
But West Carroll's also improved, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So that could end up being a good game. We got a lot of good games tomorrow. Of course, you'll be able to watch Milledgeville and their game on the Milledgeville Community School District, or the Chadwick Milledgeville Community Unit School District's YouTube channel. You can go back and watch all their games on there, so you'll be able to see that. So we'll have 5 of the 7 games covered. We don't get to cover the game at Amboy or Polo tomorrow, unfortunately. So, but next week we'll have all 4. I don't know if we'll cover all 4 ourselves per se, but Milledgeville will have theirs if it's at home.
Right.
They'll just have theirs, and probably we'll just let them have theirs no matter where it's at, because they do a fantastic job covering that up there. So we'll have that, and we'll have the 3, then we'll have the 2, and then we'll have the 1. The Illinois Farm Bureau State Championship game.
3 weeks from tonight.
Yes.
Monmouth College, April Zorn Stadium. If you haven't come, make the trip. It is a fantastic facility, just top-notch, the staff and everybody at Monmouth College that helps out. And
be Wyatt Reed, Chris Frankhauser, and Jeff Borders on the call again this year.
You get the 3 Stooges back again.
Yeah, the 3 Stooges are back and talking about mustaches and beards and all kinds of crazy things, probably, I would imagine. So for Chris Frankhauser, for Adam Hulett, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us tonight here from Pawnee High School. Final score, 42-30. Pawnee advances to the quarterfinal round. You'll be able to watch it right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Next week, we'll see you then.